Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Arkham Horror, the card game on Tabletop Simulator. Another video that very few people are going to watch. We are going through the Path to Carcosa campaign with Safina Rousseau, the painter. Safina. We did not do well on Curtain Call. I mean, it felt like we were doing pretty well. I felt kind of confident, and then it all just crumbled to the ground at the end. So that was... I even cheated, and it still crumbled to the ground at the end. So that's not good. We have 3 bonus XP. I said I was going to look at it. Oh no, well, we can look at it now. Well, of course, the deck building guide that we're using has a extensive breakdown of how to spend our XP. Priority 1. Okay. I don't know exactly how they're breaking this down. Oh, I see how they're breaking. Oh, okay, yeah. Priority 1 is streetwise. Okay, yes. Let's look for streetwise. I think that's a asset of some description. It's a permanent asset. I'm familiar with the card. I would think it would be... No. Here it is. There it is. So permanent means you start every scenario with it. You don't have to draw for it. It's just on your sheet. You can spend 2 resources to get +3 intellect for a skill test, and spend 2 resources to get +3 dexterity for a skill test. This card is nutso. It costs 3 XP. What do you think we're doing? What do you think we're doing? So yeah, of course we're gonna grab that, and we're tossing out Arcane Studies, which I didn't even see the first scenario. It's a similar card. Lets you spend resources to get skill bonuses for willpower and intellect. So yeah, I mean, we're mainly getting streetwise for the dexterity bonus, because we have backstab, we have evasion that we do a lot, things like that. But the intellect bonus could be useful if we need to investigate something. And we're getting rid of Arcane Studies. That's done. This goes here. Bada bing, bada boom. Also thins out our deck a little bit, so that's nice. And that costs 3 XP. We have one mental trauma, so we start with 1 mental horror, 1 horror. But that's fine. And we're rolling into the Last King. Scenario 2. If anyone has the answers to the questions that burn in your mind, it's the cast and crew of the King in Yellow. With no other leads to pursue, you put on your best clothes and head to 1452 Atlantic Avenue, where a woman named Constance Dumaine is hosting an event in celebration of the play's one-night engagement in Arkham. Yeah, I'm sure this will be a completely normal party. Shuffle the 5 bystander assets, randomly place 1 in each location except for the foyer. Place 1 clue on each of these assets, plus 1 additional clue per investigator. Okay. Got the bystanders. Shuffling those. Where's the foyer? The foyer. There it is. Okay. So you, and you, and you, and you, and you. We'll put that just aside. And then we're placing 2 clues on each of them. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Right. Okay. Place 5 sickening reality story cards underneath the scenario reference card. Alright. That would be these underneath the scenario reference card. I'm gonna go ahead and not do that, I guess. Right. Okay. That's it. We are starting in the foyer, I believe that's what it said. Yep. Okay. There's the foyer. Fashionably late. As you pull up to the manor, you notice that something is wrong. A trail of blood leads up the porch steps, and the front door is smashed. Muted music comes from within the house. Its warped and discordant notes painful to your ears. Has the madness of the King in Yellow already made its way here? Uh-huh. Discovering the truth. This isn't a party. It's a madhouse. But for some reason the guests are too deluded to notice. Very few of them are sane, and many of them that are themselves horrors to your eye. Perhaps you can talk to them to learn more about the King in Yellow. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Find as many clues as you can, then get out. That's it. We have to decide when to pull out of here. So let's hope for the best. Our goal is to get clues. Wonderful. We're on the foyer. Yeah, so that's where we can resign. Alright, that's fine. Okay. Can I just do 13? Alright, that's a lot easier, isn't it? No weaknesses here, so we just get to pull out the events. Event. Alright, we have a lot of events in our opening hand here. I guess that's the idea. There you go. Alright, so elusive. That's gonna be pulled out there. Painted World is definitely staying in. Uncage the Soul is gonna stay in. Narrow Escape's going out. I think they recommend Backstab going in, and a Storm of Spirits going in. We can hold on to one. Yeah. Alright. But that does mean I'm gonna have to dump something, because there's 9 cards here. So it might be better to bank both Storm of Spirits, just in case I need it later. Rather than dumping a card, because these are all decent cards. I guess I don't need 2 Lone Wolves. Alright, yeah, we'll dump Lone Wolf. That's fine. Okay, and we start with the Painted World in hand. We start with Lone Wolf in hand. Rite of Seeking in hand. Dario in hand. I'm confident about this shit. Okay, let us begin. We're going to play Lone Wolf. 1. God damn it. Then we're gonna play Uncage the Soul in order to play Rite of Seeking for 1. And again with this nonsense. Okay, so that was 2 actions. And I think we probably just want to investigate. We'll use Rite of Seeking. Yeah. Sure. So this is 4, against a 2. What is that? Reveal another token. If you fail, place a doom on a lunatic enemy in play. -1. Well, I did not fail, so fuck you. That's a clue. That's 3 actions as far as I can count. So get a resource, get a card. Holy Rosary, very nice. Doom goes up by 1. It's the low number here. It's only a 3. And we get an encounter card. Let's shuffle just for good measure. Maniac. Great. After he engages you, take 1 damage and deal 1 damage to Maniac. Great. I could have, No, okay, I couldn't have. That's a different card. Okay, I can't even do elusive here. I can do a backstab on this mother. 3 damage, which would kill him. Would cost all 3 of my money, though. And if I fail, that would really suck. Or just evade him. Yeah, I think that's a better bet because he's not a hunter. He'll just sit there until I come back to him. So I think that's a better bet. Alright, so I get 1 for Lone Wolf. Again, let's put it there so I remember. I'm gonna evade this guy, so that's 4 against 1. Okay, reveal another token. Reveal another token. Alright, we're good. You go here, good sir. And then second, I'm gonna move. Let's head to... Okay, I mean, we can see all their cards. So, Constance Domain, you can test Intellect 3 to ask her about the play. If you succeed, take control of one of the clues. Ishimaru Haruko is a costume designer. If you have 6 or more cards in hand, test Willpower 2 to question her about the play. That's what we should be doing. Jordan Perry, 10 or more resources, Intellect 2 to take a clue. Alright, let's go to the courtyard, second action. Alright, after you enter the courtyard, discard the top card of the counter deck. If it's an enemy, draw it. It is not. Okay. So I have 6 cards. We're going to do Willpower 2. I have a 5. Easy peasy, that's a clue. That's our turn. Get another resource. Get a card. War protection, I like that. Having that in hand makes me feel nice and safe. Doom goes to 2. Draw an encounter card. Ooze and Filth. Put it into play next to the agenda deck. Each location gets +1 Shroud. At the end of the round, discard it. Alright, I can live with that. And alright, we get another resource. Let's play Dario as 1 action. Second action, we will exhaust him. Get 2 resources. So really, that's just a net loss of 2. And third action, let's do another parlay. So 5 against 2. Now why? No, not 5 against 2. 4 against 2. I don't have the rosary out. Oh. Okay, that's +3, and I can choose an event card beneath this card and draw it. No, I think I very specifically put all those there, so I think we'll stick where we are. We get this other clue, but now that all the clues are gone here, we flip over Ishimaru Haruko, the pattern. In speaking with Miss Ishimaru, you discover that she designed all the costumes worn in tonight's performance, save for one. That stranger character. Peculiar role, is it not? For whatever reason, Mr. Engram would not allow me to change his outfit, not one bit. And that mask, she scoffs. Did you know, one time I found that actor, I don't even know his name, I found him drawing a strange pattern behind the backdrop for the second act. You know the one, with the two suns. He gave me a terrible stare, and I dare say I jumped right off the stage and ran. You ask what the pattern looked like, she finds a nearby napkin and begins to draw. Her recreation is much more detailed than you expected. Rings of concentric semicircles lined with strange runes, and at the center is a pair of wavy lines. You ask her what it means, and she shrugs. Haven't the slightest clue. Remember that you interviewed Haruko. Can remember that. Ishimaru Haruko. Alright, that was third action. We get a resource. We get a card. This flips back over. Uncage the Soul. Pretty much lets me play Storm of Spirits for 0 cost, which is great. Okay, and this gets discarded. This goes up to 3 and is going to advance. If it isn't our final guest, the doorman announces. Miss Devine, your presence here has been long awaited. The woman wears a devilish dress and similar grin. You swear you've seen the symbol on her amulet before. Well, now the real party can begin, she declares, then heads off to mingle with the other partygoers. Find the bystander asset with the fewest clues on it. Spawn, set assign Diane, Devine, enemy at that asset's location. Shuffle, discarding. Okay. So let's look at Diane Devine. There it is. Alright, Diane Devine is aloof. Each investigator at her location cannot discover or take control of clues. At the beginning of the enemy phase, find the bystander asset with the fewest clues on it and move her to that location if able. Okay, so she's aloof. She doesn't fight you or anything like that. She just prevents you from getting clues, which is our objective. The terrifying truth. More and more, this place continues to fall into madness, transforming before your very eyes. When this agenda would advance by reaching its doom threshold, instead remove all doom in play and randomly resolve one of the sickening reality cards underneath the scenario reference card. Okay. Alright, so we have some time then. There's 5 of those cards, so technically that's like 15 agenda and then 3, so 18 doom technically before this card would ever flip. So we're fine there. We do get an encounter card. Marked by the sign. Peril. Test willpower 2. If you fail, take 2 horror. The man in the pallid mask is not in play, so we're good with that. Alright, so 4 against 2. Got ourselves a symbol. -2. We're fine. That's gone. We get a resource for Lone Wolf. Okay, so let's see. Sebastian Moreau. Willpower 3 to get information about the production. That's it. Okay, he's just willpower 3. That's probably a good bet then. Ashley Clark. You don't even have to do a test, it's just 2 actions. Well, that's pretty simple. Okay. Yeah. Let's move here. The gallery. After you end your turn here, test willpower 2. If you fail, place one of your clues there. And then we're going to spend 2 actions to get this clue. So that's done. Get a resource. Get a card. Another Arcane Initiate. Pretty much just dump that for a skill test. Find the bystander asset, the fewest clues on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's always going to be... I mean, I know some of the sickening reality cards are going to fuck with these people. And they probably won't become bystanders. I know that. But for right now, she's going to stay on Ishimaru. So that's that. That's fine. Then we're going to tick this up to 1. Draw an encounter card. Tough Crowd. Put Tough Crowd into play next to the agenda deck. Each investigator must spend 1 additional action to parlay. Okay. And it goes away at the end of the round. It basically means this is my whole turn, just to get that other clue. But I'm getting resources on the way, so we get 1 for Lone Wolf. We'll spend 3 actions to, whoops, get this clue. And then we flip. Ashley's song is beautiful and haunting, and you find yourself mesmerized by its melody. You don't know why the lyrics call to you, but for some reason you cannot get them out of your head. Above the city, the storm clouds rage, and waves crash through the gilded cage. The skies open the path above to lost Carcosa. Below the earth, the salt water seeps. The shadows fall as the red sun sleeps. The ocean opens the path below to dim Carcosa. Remember that you interviewed Ashley. I wonder if anyone has actually put that to music. I'd be interested in hearing that. Alright, end of my turn. Get another resource, get another card. I have to discard now. Probably just gonna be an Arcane Initiate. Got 2 Painted Worlds now. I mean, we are fucking loaded for bear. Except I don't have Shriveling. I don't have Shriveling. That's my main weakness, is I don't have Shriveling. But we're fine. Okay. Doom goes up to 2. And we draw an encounter card. Fine Dining. You must either place 1 of your clues on a bystander asset in play, or take 1 horror and 1 damage. I will do that, because that's what Dario is for. Okay. Then I get a resource. Jordan's not really... Intellect 2's not ideal. I'd rather go over to Sebastian. Let's bounce, move here. Little dining room. As an action, you can heal a horror, then reveal a symbol. If it's one of those 2 symbols, you take a horror and place a doom here. Yummy. So that was 2 actions. Third action, let's just play the Rosary. That'll help us out next time. So that's 2. End of my turn. Take a resource, draw a card, emergency cash. Okay. So this is going to go to 3. This is done. This goes back to 0, and now we're going to draw the top card. A nearby guest asks Haruko if she designed the dress she's wearing, and she nods and poses for him. As if part of her effort to appear taller, her spine grows and extends upward, separating her torso from the bottom half of her body. Instead of crying out in pain, she smiles at the attention she receives. Okay. If we were there, we would take a horror. Dumps her clues on the location. And now we have the Ishimaru Haruko enemy, who is a hunter. And you deal damage to her by an effect other than an attack, you draw the top card of the encounter deck. Alright, so Ishimaru, the bystander, is gone. Now we have this monstrosity we have to deal with. Yikes. Yikes-a-rooney. So yeah, now things are gonna kick up a little bit. She's not that dangerous. She doesn't do that much. But also it has victory 0. Which tells me that there might be some other effect involved in killing her. But I don't know. Alright, that's that. Then we're going to draw an encounter card. Dance of the Yellow King. I think there is... Yep, that's a lunatic. Otherwise, test willpower 3. If you fail, nearest lunatic enemy readies, moves, engages, and makes an attack. That's pretty bad. Let's dump Arcane Initiate, so that brings us up to 6 willpower versus 3. Draw another one. Alright, that's a success. You're gone. My turn. Get a resource. And now we... Now we do willpower. No. What we're gonna do... Play emergency cash. Go up to 12. That kicks Dario in. So now we have 6 willpower. Constantly. Then my other 2 actions are going to be to parlay 6 against 3. First one is an auto fail. And there is not a damn thing that I can do about it. Alright, second one. Alright, that seems a little... Alright. Fine. Yeah. Okay, fine. Haruko is going to move to our location and engage with us. Then she's going to do a damage and a horror. I can put the horror on here, but the damage is the more concerning part. I get a resource and a card. Shriveling's there, that's nice. Doom goes up to 1, draw an encounter card. Dance of the Yellow King. Okay. 6 versus 3. Again, I don't remember. -2. It's fine. Alright, see, we're doing okay. Doing okay now. We're gonna evade this bitch. I have a 4 against her 3, but I'm gonna spend 2 resources from Streetwise. Oh, I get a resource from Lone Wolf. So down to 12. So now I'm 7 against 3. You gotta be shitting me, dude. What the fuck? Okay. Do it again. Right. But that's still a success, so we're still fine, but Jesus. Do I move? No, I don't think I do move. So that was 2 actions. Third action is going to be to parlay 6 versus 3. That's a success. So I'll grab that clue. And then get a resource, get a card. Another painted world. We're really loaded with those, so I can start using that shit. Ishimara then re-engages. Doom goes to 2, draw an encounter card. The Pale Mask beckons. Okay, this is one we would cancel, because this will bring out the man in the pallid mask. So we're gonna play painted. Well, we can just play our ward. Oh no, I have to. You're right, I don't have ward of protection under it, so I have to play this. So that's 1. And I take a horror, which is fine. This gets canceled. There you go. See, isn't that just nice? Okay. My turn. Get a resource. We're gonna evade. So I'm gonna spend... Well, have to evade. If I play elusive, I disengage and I move to a real location with no enemies. So I could just move over here. My plan was to get to here. So this will work out. Because I can do narrow escape as a fast action to cancel an attack of opportunity and give me +2 for the next skill I perform. Skill test. So we're just going to parlay. Oh, actually, parlay doesn't even provoke attacks of opportunity. It is very clear about that right here. If you can read that. If you're engaged and spend an action to do anything other than fight, evade, or activate a parlay or resign ability to get an attack of opportunity. So we're fine. We can parlay. 6 versus 3. Success. Give me that clue. Flip you over. First show. You can tell Sebastian is a dramatic man from the way he speaks about tonight's production. Better than last year. Indeed. The best I've ever seen. You ask him whether this was the first performance of the King in Yellow he'd helped produce, and he shakes his head in vigorous disagreement. No, of course not. We've done many shows, many shows before. Paris, Florence, New York. Why, this isn't even the first time the play's been performed in Arkham. Surprised, you question him further. Well, alright, if you must know, I had nothing to do with the previous show in Arkham. It was several decades ago, before Ward Theater was even built. In fact, part of Mr. Engram's goal tonight was to bring the story of the King in Yellow to a wider audience. Alright. Then we're gonna play Painted World as Elusive, which costs 2. And we disengage with each enemy here, and we move here. Oh, she should have moved here, actually. At some point, I don't remember. Whenever Ishimaru flipped, she should have moved. But it didn't affect anything yet. So far I've done one action. Second action, I guess, will be to move to the living room. After you perform a parlay action here, you can draw a card. But I need 10 resources to parlay with this dude, and I have 9. So I think just draw a card. Fuck. Alright, I don't think it really matters. I mean, we kind of want him to come up if we can deal with him, but it's pretty tricky for a solo player to deal with him, especially since he spawns farthest location away from the investigators. But I guess we can put him here, and maybe someday I'll get over there. Alright, Ishimaru is going to move here. I get a resource and a card. Holy Rosary. The Doom's gonna tick over now. So we get the next card. Sebastian's passionate debate with another guest turns ugly. His temper transforms not just his demeanor, but his body as well. Thick fur sprouts from his skin, along with several bulbous growths that leak pus and blood. His suit tears as his body distorts, bones snapping and muscles bulging. He's as much beast as he is man. Alright, and that's this guy. Yuck. Yucky. He's a hunter with Retaliate, and his attacks cannot be cancelled. So I can't use Narrow Escape with him. Yikes. So yeah, it's getting dicier, man. I mean, doing the full sweep of clues might be nice, but getting, you know, 80% or whatever might also be good too. I think you can play elusive even if you're not engaged with any enemies. Doesn't say play only when you are engaged with at least one enemy. So that's good. Counter card, we got Roach Swarm. Enemy with 2 health, 3 evade. Shroud value is 3, so this is a 3/2/3. Get the resource. Well, I can play Storm of Spirits, certainly. Storm of Spirits, that'd be 6 versus 2. Easily kill him. Oh, yeah, it's a 6 versus 3. But, I mean, otherwise... I'd have to play Shriveling. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, or I could evade... but then he's not a hunter, I suppose. Maybe it's not worth it to play Storm of Spirits. Alright, let's evade. Let's make it happen. This would be... This would just be 4 versus 3, so let's go Unexpected Courage, because I don't want to spend the money for Streetwise. So that's a 6 versus a 3, plus 1. Alright, he's evaded, so he's sitting right here. Then we're going to parlay. This is Intellect 2. I have an Intellect of 3 right now. I can't really bolster that in any way. So it's actually not great. 3 versus 2. That's a success. Very nice. And again, -4 is a big failure. Okay. Ishimaru's coming in and is going to hit me. 1 damage, 1 horror. No, I can't cancel that in any way. This guy flips, so they're both engaged with me right now. Sebastian Moreau is going to go here. I get a resource and a card. Hold on a second. Hold on, now I don't remember. Wait a minute, when? Okay, hold on. I don't remember. Okay, I think you can play... I think you can do the Streetwise thing multiple times. I'd say, as I seem to remember doing that. Uh... I mean, I was hoping for just like a specific ruling, but I think it would say like limit once per round or limit 3 times. Yeah, so I think you can do it unlimited times. But theoretically, you know, if you have 10 resources, you could get plus 15 to a skill, you know. So, yeah, all right. Where was I? Right, we do the Doom. We do the encounter card. Ancient Evils, place 1 Doom. Sucks, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, my turn. Get a resource. Now it might be better to do Storm Spirits. Although it doesn't really change much. Doesn't really change much. And well, no matter what, fucking Moreau is gonna come in and hit me. I cannot prevent that, and that sucks because he does a lot of damage, and in fact, well, I'll lose Dario, and I'll be at 1 health left after Moreau comes in. So with that thought in mind, ideally, we do elusive, back to the foyer, and just resign. So we have to have 1 action remaining, but I'd really like to get this last clue. So I think probably doesn't really matter. We can Painted World, Narrow Escape in order to cancel 1 of these attacks, probably Ishimaru. So I can just investigate. Or so I can parlay. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna parlay. Oh, parlay doesn't even provoke it. Oh god, I keep forgetting that. It's so crazy. So yeah, I can just parlay as it is. We have a 3, but I'm gonna spend 2 to bring it up to 6 versus 2. Success, easy. So you get the clue. Lagno Purdue. Mr. Perry is indifferent to your questions at first, but he grows more talkative as you expressed interest in his many investments. You learn that he has financed several productions of The King in Yellow in the past, not just tonight's performance. It was the director, Mr. Engram, who convinced me to invest, he explains. The first time I met him was in Paris, or Paris, at a cafe in Montparnasse. Montparnasse. Probably. I don't know. My French is rusty as hell. What was the name? He ruminates for some time, trying to remember. Anyway, he convinced me that not every investment is about capital gain. One might consider me a fool to believe him, but I don't regret my decision. I've been financing his productions ever since. He smiles and pauses for some time, lost in memory. Lagno Purdue. That was the place. Yes, yes, what a night. Purdue is lost or to lose. No. Age? Lost age? Let's Google. Oh, lost lamb. Oh. All right. See, I knew 1 French word. If I knew 50% of French words, I'd be happy. All right. So that was 1 action. Now what I could do, I could elusive now. Well, obviously, I could just elusive, go back to the foyer, and end it. I could also elusive to go to the courtyard, evade as a 2nd action, and then move to the ballroom as a third action. And that would technically give me 1 free turn. Technically, I'd have like 2 actions. I'd have 2 actions to do something, which could be to... yeah, I guess I could. Can't do shit about the man in the pallid mask, I don't think. That would be... if I had 3 actions, I could. And this only works if I successfully evade Sebastian Moreau. But if I fail to evade him once, then I'll use another elusive to go to the foyer, and then I'll just resign. All right, that's the plan. I think this is fairly safe, barring some horrible encounter card. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna use elusive by spending 2. And we're gonna move here. So technically these 2 are now here. This guy engages us. Then I'm gonna evade him. I'm gonna spend 2 to make it a 7 versus 3. That's a success, so he's evaded. That means he won't move this turn, which is important. And then I'll move over to the ballroom. After you perform a parlay action here, gain 2 resources. Nice. Okay. It's sort of a question of like, is it more important to get these last 2 clues or to deal with the man in the pallid mask? And I don't know the answer to that. Alright, this guy rotates. They both move here. Actually, the roaches don't move. Roaches don't move. Everyone knows that. I get a resource and a card. Right of Seeking. This goes up to 3 again, thanks to those ancient evils. So we get another card. Hopefully it's not the one I'm on. No. Mr. Perry takes another puff from his cigar, and his eyes burn a deep red hue. As he exhales, his skin begins to crack and hardens into stone. Cigar smoke exudes from the fissures in his skin, and the temperature in the room rises dramatically. He clenches his hand around the chair's armrest, which crumbles to ash in his awful grasp. Damn, Jordan, what are you doing there, son? He heals a damage every round. He has 8 health. But he's only 2 fight. So he's super easy to hurt, but you gotta put the hurt on him. Okay. Then we got an encounter card. Fingers crossed. Ooze and Filth. Each location gets +1 shroud. Doesn't matter to me. And now we have 2 actions to not fuck up. Okay. So we're gonna spend 2 to add to our intellect for this test. So that's a nice total of 5 versus 3. We'll dump Arcane Studies. Brings that up to a 6 versus 3. -1 is a nice success. And then we'll do it again. Dumping this, 6 versus 3. That is a success. How do you like them apples, baby? Engram's Oath. It doesn't take long for the amiable hostess to open up to you about the play. Oh yes, my husband and I helped Sebastian produce the whole thing, she explains. I was a little hesitant at first, but that director, Mr. Nigel Engram, my, what a talented man, she laughs. He's so very eccentric. Did you know, before rehearsals even began, he had us recite some kind of... I suppose it was an oath of sorts. A formality, I guess. You know creative types and their silly rituals. But afterward, we were filled with so much spirit. She smiles, zeal in her eyes. From that moment on, we had no hesitations. The King in Yellow would be the most successful performance in Arkham history. Alright, we interviewed the whole crew. So now, we're We're going to do this to play another elusive, which basically is just a free move, which is good. Go here. Fuck. I miscalculated everything. That has an enemy on it. Okay, now I don't know what to do. I miscalculated it all. I think I can still take... No. Yes. Yes. If I cancel... No, that wouldn't... I can't cancel an attack. You can only cancel an opportunity attack. Fuck. I got nothing. The way that the board is set up, there is not a location. They are in a central location. I just can't soak 3 damage. That is exactly my limit. So, only hope is to draw a card that I can do as a fast action or a reaction thing. And that would let me survive. But there's... Fuck! Every time! Yeah. God. Forgot it left this asshole here. And the thing with the Maniac is, you take a damage when he engages you, so I'd have to really... Just no good. It's just no good. I have to avoid all damage, so I guess I'll draw a card and we'll see, but... Great. Oh, man. Fuck me. I pushed my luck. I pushed my luck. Alright, I'm not having that happen a second time. Rewind. Let's pretend it didn't happen. I mean... I'm not gonna, like, take the clues and say, ah, I win, it's fine. I'm gonna put the clues back and just pretend I never went there. Okay, so basically, what I still would have gone there, but then I would have just moved, taken the damage from the Maniac, and resigned. All right. Yeah, I mean, had I really thought about it and realized all my cards, that's what I would have done. I'm not feeling bad about it, and you shouldn't make me feel bad about it, so it's done. Alrighty. We... Flip this over. Madness. Noun. Madness. State of being mentally ill, especially severely. Extremely foolish behavior. State of frenzied or chaotic activity. Why are you looking at this side? There's no reason to flip to Act 1B. Flip Act 1A. Yeah, okay. I was just curious. We're all curious. That's why people are looking at it. We paid for these cards. Alright. Right. So we resigned. So we just go up to here. No resolution. Okay, go to resolution 1. Okay, yeah. The brisk autumn air embraces you as you exit the manor. There's no doubt in your mind that the cast and crew of the King in Yellow have become affected by madness. Perhaps it's getting to you as well. You feel an encroaching darkness, a presence in your mind, not unlike the gaze of the stranger. Startled, you peer about the front yard for the first time since escaping the manor. The scene is different. The front windows are not smashed as they were when you first approached. The trail of blood you had noticed on the porch has been wiped clean, and instead of the disturbingly warped music you had heard upon entering, the soothing tones of slow jazz drift out from the courtyard. Alright. Alright, I didn't slay any of them. That wasn't what I was about. So we're just going to interview... let's see here. Jordan Perry. Ashley Clark. Ishimaru Haruko. And this other guy, Sebastian Moreau. 4 out of 5. Okay, that's what it is. Every 2 clues were on the act deck when the game ended. Choose an investigator to earn 1 additional XP. Okay, so I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So that's 4 bonus XP for moi. Alright, proceed to interlude 1, Lunacy's Reward. The investigators must decide. Things seem to have calmed down. Perhaps you should go back inside and investigate further. I don't trust this place one bit. Let's block the door and get the hell out of here. If these people are allowed to live, these horrors will only repeat themselves. We have to put an end to this. We have to kill them. Let's go with kill them. You dare not risk stepping back inside that madhouse, but you can't let the monstrosities run amok either. You root through the open garage for a few supplies, finding an old hose, an empty gasoline canister, and some matches. Knowing what you must do, you first siphon some gas from Mrs. Dumain's Oakland 654A. You spread the gasoline across the front porch, inside the garage, and around the manor's outer walls. From there, all it takes is several matches to start the blaze. You watch from the front yard as the manor is eventually consumed by the flames. The sounds of crackling fire and snapping wood and the screeching of dying horrors fills the street. Satisfied, you head back to your vehicle and tear off towards Southside, full of grim determination. You did what had to be done, right? Okay. Record that you slayed the monsters at the dinner party, and we get a conviction. I mean, what's wrong with conviction's just better than doubt, right? Did it say slayed or slaughtered? Probably said slaughtered. Slayed. Okay. I thought it was slew. Okay, we can write down all 5 here. Jordan Perry, Ashley Clark, Ishimaru Haruko, Sebastian Moreau, Constance Dumain. Good. Remove all of those tokens from the bag, then add 2 of the hooded tokens to the bag. Okay, let's see here. That's this and this. That's it. So we put these 2 back, and nothing changes. Great. And that's it. All in all, not too bad. We got 4 XP. I'm sure you're interested in what we're spending it on. It's going to be 2 Spirit Athames, or Athems. Okay. This is going to be one of these. It's an asset. It's right here. It's a weapon, one-handed. During the skill test on a spell card, exhaust it to get +2 for value for that test. That's great. And you can exhaust it to fight to do with +2 strength. Which isn't incredible, but if we just have like a 1 health thing, it's not too shabby. We're going to be taking 2 of those. So that's 2 XP. Um, it says that replaces both arcane studies, but I already replaced one arcane study. And it didn't say... I mean, there isn't there isn't another arcane study. 3. Huh. Okay, I don't know what they want me to get rid of. Possibly a rosary, but I think the rosary's pretty good. Uh, kind of like the rosary. Um, I'm guessing an unexpected courage. I suppose. I guess that's what I'll go with for now. So we'll take these two, put them aside. And that's that. So that's 2 XP. Next priority is Charisma, which costs 3. Or the Lucky Dice, which costs 4. Yeah. Well, that's the Lucky... Oh, no, the Lucky Dice costs... Why did you put... Is there a... Are you lying to me? No. I thought those dots meant... Yeah, I thought those dots meant... They do, so I don't know why you put 4 dots next to Lucky Dice when it definitely just costs 2 XP. So I don't know what he was thinking. Charisma is 3, so that's correct. I don't know. I don't know why you put that many dots. But okay, Lucky Dice. Exceptional, which means I think you can only have like one exceptional asset out at a time. After you reveal his chaos token, spend 2 resources to ignore it and reveal another one. But if the reroll is the auto fail, you remove it from the game, which is not the same as exile. Exile means it's removed from your deck entirely. Removed from the game just means you put it aside until the end of the scenario. And we're replacing a narrow escape with the Lucky Dice, which I guess is good. Narrow escape doesn't come up too often. This isn't an event. It's an asset, but yeah. Should be good. Should be good. So that will leave us with 0 XP. That's fine. And we did pretty well, I think. Overall, that went much better. I would have liked to have had the clean, perfect sweep, but, you know, can't always be on top of the world. So these scenarios are taking a while. You know, we're only doing one per video at this point, and they're hour-long videos. So yeah, you know. Oh, the man in the pallid mask is in the deck. Yeah. You know, I'd like to do 2-in-1, but it would just take, I mean, 2-hour videos is not what I'm interested in. So I guess it's just going to be a lot of videos, you know, unless we really get fucked over. But this deck seems pretty solid, gotta say. My name is Mangg. Game watching has been Arkham Horror, the card game. See you fine folks in the next part.